Happy ending. Runaway. Stop sign. Gas leak.
Hello, Dan Cummins.
Hello, Joe Paisley.
Episode 86 of Is We Dumb?
Yes.
That's what we're doing.
Yep.
And you've been singing, Daft Punk, right?
That
one?
Yeah.
Because you were listening to it on the outside before we came inside.
I have it in my head now. Well, I was listening to a band I just found out about because I'm a little late, but Pomplamoose is I think how you say their name.
Okay.
And they are super fun. It's just like usually I don't like. I'm not really into like covers.
Sure.
You know, but they and they do original stuff. But it's like this husband and wife duo. Actually, the guy found out also is the founder of Patreon.
Woo!
So he's doing all right.
Yeah. So you know
they're doing okay.
This must be a project.
And she is.
This must be a little side thing, side hustle.
And she's doing okay too because they're married.
Right.
But they
That'd
have
be a weird dynamic. She's in poverty. He's loaded.
Right, exactly.
Can you imagine?
This duo where like he's running this gigantic company on the side, and on her side, she like works at a bakery.
Right.
And he's like, come on!
In the back of the bakery.
In the back of the bakery.
Like behind the scenes.
She has a part-time job, like doing the muffins, like just getting them in the oven.
She puts the little wrapper in the muffin tray. That's all she does.
She works 4 hours a week, 4 days a week. For 1 hour, she puts the muffin fucking papers
cup
in the tray. And then she goes home and just cries. And thinks like, how am I going to pay my rent? And meanwhile, he's like, let's just go to this free gig in the Bahamas. All we have to do is get there. And she's like, I can't eat. And he's like, come on.
You can, I'll ride in first class. And then you get in where the luggage is. You get my suitcase. It's going to be very fun.
I'll bring the golden jet. You just have to bring the gas. If you just pay for gas, we can fly my golden jet.
But the gas is $50,000.
What? That's nothing.
I got that.
Come on.
Come on, do your part. No, but it reminded me of this old ass fucking viral video. Do you remember this thing? I'm going to bring it up on the screen here. This is like on E-Bomb's world back in the day. These girls have had it written on their body.
Daft bodies?
Yeah. We'll start doing the fun part here in a second.
Harder, better, faster. Yeah. Oh, that's fun.
And then once it speeds up, you get like the. They have all the words written all over them.
That's super fun. What a weird.
I know.
They pull it off.
What an idea.
What an idea.
But that reminded me of that. I haven't seen that video in so long.
Yeah, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, oh my God. High school, maybe?
Yeah,
been a long
time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pomplamoose, I like what they do. They do this crazy thing. Once a month, I guess, they go to LA and they record 4 songs and then just release those once a week. So every week on Spotify for a couple years now, there's like a new song. Sometimes original. Sometimes they'll do like, she speaks French and they'll do like French cafe music. It's so random.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you listen to just put their playlist on shuffle, it's like, is this 6 different bands? Like, what am I listening to? It's like Daft Punk and then like, we will baguette. And then like the accordion in the background. I'm like, okay.
Little squeeze box. Set the mood.
But they'll do mashups of like Sweet Dreams and Seven Nation Army blended and like weaving in and out of the lyrics and music of both songs.
Right.
But they pull it off.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I've never.
Good for them having fun.
Look at you guys having fun out there. I mean, her not so much,
Right.
but he's having a blast. He's traveling the world.
Mm-hmm. I do love the idea of them not being married and him sharing none of his money with her.
Huge mansion, literal doghouse. Come here. Come on.
And it's like the doghouse in the backyard of his mansion. Like he won't even let her stay in the house. And he's like, well, I mean, if you can pay rent, but I can't do everything. And he's like,
I'm not going to give you the silver spoon.
All I do is make muffin papers.
Right. Like, it's all I do is make sure it doesn't stick, and you do a damn good job. And then throws like the dog dish out the bowl. I love you. Locks his golden door.
I love the idea of somebody
with an armed guard.
I love the idea of somebody so cartoonishly rich that everything they have is gold. Like it doesn't even make sense, and it's just for to be able to show off their wealth.
Yeah,
they drive a golden car that like gets like 3 miles to the gallon because it's so fucking heavy.
Somehow like golden wheels. Don't fucking understand. The ride is not smooth.
No, it's not smooth. Doesn't go very fast.
That's not the point. He makes sure like all the roads are gold. Like he has one little trip that he goes on every day to the store to get his golden latte. I don't fucking know.
He has the homeless people who are like digging up his gold street executed. They have to be killed each day.
Right, and buried in gold coffins.
Buried in gold coffins. Right.
Which is an investment. He'll just go get them later. once the bodies are out. Okay, anyway, so here we go.
Okay.
Episode 86 of Is We Dumb. Before we get into the show today, we do have a Dumb Dumb Idiots listener edition with some great stories. But we do have a new merch announcement. This stems from a Would You Rather we did a handful of weeks back, talking about, like, would you rather have your arms and your knees and elbows bend the wrong direction?
Yes.
And we painted a very funny visual of a dude that looks something like this.
Good job, Logan.
So Logan has put out this flamingo-looking motherfucker with a cane. It reminds me of like a, hello, my honey.
Hello, my darling. Hello.
Putting on a show with everything bending the wrong direction.
Yes.
Hey, guys.
That's a great cartoon, like comic strip kind of illustration.
Showing up to the, remember the crime scenes? Like, come on. The only way this happened is if the guy's arms and knees bent the wrong direction. What are you guys looking at over here? Come walking up. I like the picture him being kind of Brad. It's like Brad 2.0. Like that guy falling over, but it's also terrifying. Like an exorcism with bad balance.
That illustration reminds me of, like, I love it, like almost like pre-Archie. Like there was like those from like the 30s and 40s, those kind of comic strips, the way they were drawn. Yep. That's very fun. It's very fun.
Cool.
And that was a very fun character. I forget about that guy.
He haunts my nightmares. It's either a really great dream or it's a fucking nightmare.
But I
just don't know which it's going to go through. Depends on the light. If it's dark and dimly lit, then he's fucking terrifying.
Horror movie. And he's like a creepypasta.
He is awful. You can check it out right now at iswedumb.com or head over to badmagicmerch.com. Got that one, and then all the other merch we do.
Sweet.
Do you want to talk about shows, comedy stuff? What's going on?
Yeah, I just noticed. I forgot. I've been teased with this shirt before. I like this shirt.
Who's teasing you?
Well, what's funny is my sleeve of tattoos. It's the same color scheme and design of my shirt, so it's like my shirt flows into my arm. It's like I didn't
even notice that.
It's like I love this shirt so much. I had permanent arm tattoo made just to accentuate this shirt.
Continue the pattern. That's a funny idea.
It's the exact same color scheme.
I love the idea of someone doing that, but like with like a business shirt. He hates long sleeve shirts, but he has like some kind of, I don't know, could be any sort of design.
Yeah.
Maybe little tiny stripes. And then it just goes right into his arms. Maybe you have little cufflinks on the ends.
Oh,
like,
my God.
I am dressed up, boss.
I am dressed up.
Sorry, I sweat.
I'm just going to wear the suit for the rest of my life.
I love my job. I'm just not wearing fucking long sleeve shirts.
I'm going to be in Charlotte, I think, when this episode comes out, on the weekend, or I was just in Charlotte. One of those. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be in Charlotte.
This is the 23rd. When are you in Charlotte?
I'm going to be in Charlotte that weekend.
I believe. Nailed it.
I believe the 24th, 25th, and 26th.
Okay.
And then I'll be in Tempe, Arizona coming up. Hopefully I just had fun in Atlanta. And then I will be Missoula. And I'm going to be in Springfield, Missouri, which I haven't put that on this site yet. But that's a new date. And also a new date is Milwaukee. So those ones. Milwaukee.
I've never been to Milwaukee. Have you been to Milwaukee? I'm guessing you have before this.
But I've never done a show in Milwaukee.
All right.
I've traveled through. I've been in Madison in the area, but I stayed at a comic's house many years ago, Jason Russell in Milwaukee, but haven't done a show there. There was a weird club there. Now they have an improv. There was an infamous comedy club in Milwaukee years ago. I don't remember the name of it. Oh, shit. It's going to kill me. But anyway, I never worked there, but I didn't want to work there because it was these wannabe mob guys.
Oh, boy.
Who may have been. There was always like a lot of curiosity. Everybody who worked there was like, are they mob guys or are they not mob guys? But like there was like the craziest fucking stories of comics getting paid while the guy played with like a gun. And like he wanted to like scare people for funsies. He got off on that.
It's a little boring in there from time to time.
There was some.
Why not risk some lives?
Right.
Threaten some people.
There was some story of some comic, and this is so fucking crazy to me that these went on. But like they duct taped him to a post. Like at the end of the weekend.
All right.
But made him think that they were gonna maybe kill him. And then we're just like, we're just fucking around. And I'm like, wow, what? How are they in business? Well, they're not now.
Anyway, hope to see you next year. Come on. When you come back through, stop on by. Absolutely not.
So
thank you.
So the club I'm going to, I have heard none of those stories.
No duct tape to pull stories.
So I should not be threatened with a gun, and I should not be taped to a pole.
It's kind of fun if you were.
Kind of funny after the fact.
You get it. I mean, they're just ahead of their time.
If I don't get killed, I guess I won't press charges.
Right. Because then I look like a bad guy.
Right.
When I just don't want to be the one that spoils the joke and ruins the fun for everybody. All right, well, that's great. You can always head over to dancummins.tv. I headed over there too to just make sure that we were talking about the right dates correctly.
You did it.
And you did it.
Okay, good.
You're on it today.
on it.
In the right places at the right time. All right, ready to move on for some brain juice pants tightening? What?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Go.
The very super most important starting question.
All right.
All right.
This is a combo between Charles and Danny. Two beautiful dummies.
Charles and Danny.
Yeah. Would you rather have to always be standing for 6 months straight outside of 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. so you get to sleep?
Yeah, you've collapsed
But then the
for 8
second
hours.
you wake up, you're up for the remainder of the day. Or have a stop sign for a face for 6 months.
A stop sign for a face. That's funny. A stop sign for a face.
And the
for 6 months.
First thing that popped in my head that I couldn't get out was picturing like a cheesy sitcom introduction.
Yeah.
Where they do like the everywhere you look, and they do like and then one of those is fucking stop sign face. Like a slow like glamour shot to the thing. Just this massive stop sign face.
Did you ever see Too Many Cooks, that Adult Swim viral video making fun of, it kept like spiraling. It was like a sitcom opening from the 80s. Too many cooks, too many cooks.
Okay.
Too many cooks, too many cooks. Yeah. But it was over and over of people like smiling for the camera.
Right.
And then it slowly got darker. And then eventually this murderer was injecting himself and killing people as they're showing up.
Sure. That's awesome. It was a trend for a while. I'm not sure what platform. Maybe Vine started it. I feel like Vine would have done it.
Doing the 80s sitcom intro.
And one was really sad, but it was also funny. Like the guy didn't die.
Yeah.
But he was smiling, and the next thing the next thing you show, he's like in the kitchen, and the next one he turns and he's holding a toaster, and the next one he's in the bathtub. but he's always like stopping what he's doing, like
that
to make sure he's
funny.
Yeah, he's always on the verge of ending it, and then gets caught and has to freeze for the camera.
I always think of Full House when I think of like
exactly.
That was a classic one where it's like the big smile.
Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Ooh, rest in peace, Bob.
So stop sign face or always, but
always standing.
I like this one. It's a 6 months thing, half a year, and then you get to resume your life.
There's a little bit of hell. Would you rather have a stop sign? And for people that haven't been, and I'm not sure how, maybe you're new to the world, you haven't been up close to a stop sign.
Yeah,
they're so much bigger than you think.
You have a giant face.
They're
giant flat face,
massive. Just like maybe not quite road sign big, but if you've never stopped on the side of the road and looked like at a speed limit sign, they're fucking huge. Like you think they're like, I kind of could just go in my front seat. No, they're fucking giant.
I think I'm leaning towards having a stop sign face because it's not permanent.
Yeah.
If one of these was permanent, I pick standing, even though that's hell. But if it's 6 months, you could just embrace it, and you could do so many weird pranks and things. Like I just picture finding like some bushes and stuff that go close to the road, and then sticking your stop sign head out, popping out there, and trying to see how many people like slam on the brakes.
Sure,
right. And then even if they like get mad, are they really going to confront somebody who has a fucking stop sign for a face?
I picture you getting
scared of you,
getting arrested. And like, just take it off. It's like, I can't. It's my face. And they rip your fucking stop sign face off. That's bad news.
Oh my God.
No, I promise you, it is my face. Shut the fuck up. And they tase you and then rip your face off because they think you're fucking around with the costume.
But if it's thin like a stop sign, I'm picturing it full on stop sign. Like you're going to somehow have a very, so it's like
so
impossible.
Tiny neck. Okay.
But like flat. There's no room for your brain.
It's not like you have a head and then a stop sign is on the front of it.
An actual stop sign, metal stop sign.
For the entire head.
Somehow has a mouth, nose, and eyes on it, maybe kind of the front.
Right.
Just for your head, and it's flat like that.
All right.
So it would disturb people so much. The cops would just be fucking terrified.
Where's your brain?
Right. It doesn't make any sense.
Squished in there. Right.
It'd be like confronting an alien or something. They wouldn't know how to process, or maybe they would just think that they were. You could just say weird shit like, "I'm not real.
Right.
I'm not real.
Stop bothering me. Stop." Everything you say involves stop.
Stop. There's a gas leak.
Right.
There's a gas leak. You got to wake up. You have to wake up. There's a gas leak.
Oh my God.
You could fucking
Can you
terrify
imagine
people.
being dead asleep and waking up to a stop sign face?
Oh my God.
Hey Dan.
Hey Dan.
All the good things you're doing.
You're still sleeping. Stop. You're still sleeping.
Right.
This is
Don't stop sleeping.
Don't stop sleeping.
Fucking what?
There's a gas leak. Always go back to that. Just scaring the shit.
There's a gas leak and you're missing bills. What?
Your bills aren't paid.
Right.
Your bills aren't paid.
Past due. Picture no stop sign.
The drugs were bad. Right. The drugs were bad.
Maybe you should stop doing drugs. You have to go sideways through the door because your head's too big.
I haven't had drugs in 6 years. And you haven't been alive for 6 years.
Right.
Everything's been alive for 6 years. Stop. There's a gas leak.
Right,
just keep saying
gas leak.
Just scaring people.
So funny. Sitting in a car with a stop sign face is really funny to me too. Like you're, you go pull up to a red light or a stop sign.
Yeah.
And then you look over and it's just a guy with a literal stop sign face.
Oh my God.
Hey. Just keep going. Don't mind me. There's a gas leak.
I love always thinking to everybody, making them think like, "I gotta wake up
in my car.
I gotta wake up."
Right.
This dream's been going on for years. And I just love like if you were on like a Vespa or something, some little scooter, and then like if you're looking forward, they pull up and they just see the thinnest. They're trying to process what the fuck. There's no head on this person, and then quick turn, big big stop sign,
and it makes
people
like
just start crying.
It makes like a quick metal, like a stop sign and a hurricane kind of noise. Right. Flapping metal.
Oh my God.
Hey, there's a gas leak. On a Vespa.
I just love always yelling at people, "Wake up! There's a gas leak."
Oh God. Okay, well, we have to explore the other side, although I don't want to. But having to stand for 6 months straight, awful.
Oh, that hurt your back and knees.
Dude, it would be
ankles,
terrible.
Feet, everything.
Like the second your alarm goes off, goes whip, and then you are never sitting down for the rest of the day. You're basically a nurse.
And you can't sit down, but I imagine you'd be in pain. Your legs are cramping.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just outside of 10 p.m. to 6, you can lay down in your bed or sit the fuck down.
It's some magic thing where you try to lay, and your universe just won't let you.
It's easier to stand at this point.
Right. But just like the cramping, I mean, you'd be in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
I imagine like initially your body might get kind of acclimate to it, but the first month I would think would be the worst.
What job exists now that you have to basically do that?
Stand all the time. I mean, I guess if you're like not all the time, but
Like
if you're
all
a
the time, like not
blackjack dealer or something. But then you have breaks.
Yeah, exactly. You get to go maybe sit down and
Yeah.
go pee. Oh, stand up all the time. Guess who's shitting standing up? Cool.
Oh yeah.
Didn't even think of that till we just got here.
But I guess you could standing up. You could squat, I would imagine, because you're not sitting down.
You could hover?
You could hover.
Oh man.
But still, that's like again on your legs. So much pain. Your legs are burning all the time.
That sounds awful. There's
Yeah.
got to be some like mining job where you wake up, you're like, okay, and you have to go out to the mine, and
Right.
you are up all day. And not only are you standing, you're also smashing and carrying like fucking rocks. Some terrible job.
Yeah.
For 6 months straight. Somebody out there is doing it. Is living this nightmare right now.
But you at least get to sit down for breaks at places or for lunch. But there's got to be somebody.
Unless your boss has a gun to your head, then I guess you're not sitting down at all.
Oh my God.
That's terrible. I guess this got really sad. Anyway, back to the stop sign face. So this guy.
I'm picturing the standing part. Why does my mind go to like they're in Russia?
I know.
You have a job. We find out that 20% of the jobs in Russia don't let people ever sit down.
That's why they're always so on the edge doing weird shit. That's why they're literally hammered all the time on vodka. It's the only time they get a break.
That even makes it more though stop sign because just the pain, even though it's only 6 months, that's going to be brutal to never be able to sit down.
I've thought about how many days could I go, get alone 6 months.
Yeah.
Could you go? I mean, a full day? Sure, I could probably go a full day, and then the stakes would have to be higher and higher. Could I not sit down for 2 weeks?
Right.
If I was getting $1 million, okay. Could I not sit down for 6 months if they're going to kill my family? Okay,
Right.
maybe now I'm doing it. But if I'm just doing it for fucking would you rather, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'll do that. I want to sit down immediately. Like, fuck this, stupid. The reward would have to be big.
Yes. When you said reward, it made me think of. Did you ever read the Stephen King book, The Long Walk?
No, I have not.
It's a very like simple premise. Some of my favorite books of his.
It's really simple. It's about a walk.
It's about a walk,
And it's long.
and then it's long, and then people get to the place, and that's when the story ends. So I like it. It's like an easy structure. You know that once they get to the end, then goodbye.
Long walk over.
Long walk over.
Gotta be such a disappointing book.
It's just a walk.
Yeah.
They're just talking about things on the walk. They see a couple things. They wave
Anyways,
to people.
So Brenda at work.
And then they make it.
It's just like chatter.
It's not even an exciting destination. They're just going to work. They're just like they have a long commute walk to work, and then they get there and they're like, well, I guess I'm gonna go start my day now, and then just the end.
Right.
But no, it's very dystopian. But it's like I can't remember the exact details. It's been a while since I read it. But all these kids are brought around from different either schools or they're representing their county or maybe their state. And they all compete. It's kind of like it was like way before Hunger Games. This early thing where it's so brutal. It's whoever walks the longest is the only one who gets to live, and they get all this money and their family's taken care of, and they're like a celebrity. It is like Squid Game, like way before. But so it's really simple. But it's like you just have to keep walking. You don't get to, if you stop walking for longer than like, I don't remember what it was, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, something, or 30 seconds to go to the bathroom, whatever, there's guards that are following all the people walking and they just kill you. And so like people are like walking on like bloody feet and they're just tears and they're trying because if they fall down and stop, they just get murdered. And that situation, like in that situation, if I had to stand, if there's no magic involved and I have to stand or there's serious consequences, maybe I could make it a couple days, like a week. But like if there's not some kind of magic involved, I don't think I could stand all day every day for more than I don't think I could do it for more than 2 days. Right. One day would be really hard. And then I'd be sore the next day and I don't think I'd make it. I don't think I'd make it past day 2.
Like just kill me.
Just kill me.
Just kill me. I'm wasting your time by doing this. I know I'm not going to make it. Just kill me.
I only make it 5 minutes. I have that much just like, I just give up that fast.
I'd sit down forgetting what I was doing. I'm like, okay, of course I can stand up. And I'd walk over to my desk, sit down and start working on a paper.
Yeah. I hop on the computer to like, let me see how long people can stand normally and then just get killed.
Right. Slide your little chair in. Right. 1 second.
Let me just see how long a person can stand normally. He made it 90 seconds.
He did. Well, gave a good shot. Okay, so that or stop sign face.
Stop sign face.
All right, I think I'm gonna have to agree with you. That seems more fun. You could also be a mascot for like Dare.
Yeah.
Like don't do drugs. And you're like, stop. And you said this for 6 months. You could help out. You could be a mascot for someone who's trying to like anti whatever.
I did LSD. Now I have a stop sign for a face. First you imagine it, then it's real. And then lean into the kids. Wake up. There's a gas leak. Right. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. This is all a dream. Wake up. Your family's dying. There's a gas leak.
All right, let's give it up for Mr. Stop Sign. For Stoppy McStopface.
Give it up for Stoppy.
Stoppy, yay! Oh, he works for like a Vista or some other utilities company. He just walks up like, remember everybody, wake up. There's a gas leak. Yay! Stoppy.
Oh my God, I'm just picturing how much fucking terror. Now just the last time we've beaten this horse to death already. But now I'm just picturing like you brought in for a high school, their assembly. Speaking of the assembly about like stop sign, you got to stop. That's what they think that you're bringing them in for. But then you get somebody like work the lights, like so all these high school kids are like barely paying attention. But then they're like they see you head on, make sure you're walking straight, so they think that there's a head behind you.
Little shimmer,
yeah,
little shimmer. This stuff.
But they're like, oh, there's got to be a face back there, and then have like the normal safety speech, always looking straight ahead, so they can't see the side you from the side, talking about safety first with stoplights. You always come to a full stop, and then all of a sudden have the lights start flickering and be like, you gotta wake up. There's a gas leak. And then start turning your head. Look at how is this real? How is this real?
It's an illusion, keeps disappearing.
Right. This is a nightmare. You'll die if you don't wake up. And just like the panic that would set in. People are just fucking crying. And
I'd be the one teacher be like, this is fucking awesome.
Brilliant performance art.
Brilliant. This is amazing. Fuck these kids. Okay, let's move on. Okay. I did something stupid. We've been on a string of me doing stupid shit. Okay. And it's going to continue today on episode 86. Let's do it. Oh, man. Stop sign face playing sports. I mean, there's just... God. It's a lot of fun there.
Soccer. Just run up and down. Oh, my God.
I picture his face being really dumb and punchable, too. Like, he's like always... I don't know. His face is like kind of like a super stoned kind of face on a stop sign is how I see it.
That is really funny picturing him as like an elite athlete. Yeah. I just picture him just throwing down like fucking crazy dunks in a basketball game with that big ass stop, like the close up ESPN top 10, just clang, big stop sign face, or like doing like a fade route in the end zone, fucking jumping up, making that highlight touchdown catch.
It's a stop sign.
Big ass stop sign.
His eyes super wide every now and again.
Trapping the ball against his stop sign face.
Running back.
Blast up the middle as a fucking stop sign face.
Okay, so for Is We Dumb this week, like I just said, I did something stupid.
Okay.
So there's this other project going on. There'll be more about that later. But I have to get a bunch of new shit.
Yeah.
I got to get some equipment. I got to get some different things. And it's a lot of it.
Yeah.
And they don't sell it all on one website. Or they do, but like the shipping is shit or they're sold out. I need to have the exact things. So I'm going around between all these different websites.
Yeah.
And not kidding, there's probably there's 350 like different little things that you need for what I'm trying to set up. And so I'm bouncing around between like B&H and Amazon and Sweetwater and getting all this different equipment.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it pretty quick in the morning before coming into work. And I'm ordering everything, and I'm like, okay, sweet. I put in all my orders, and I sent it away, and I was like, great, everything has worked out wonderful. Okay. And so I go on about my day, and I get, and I notice that I get the confirmations from two of the websites, and then I didn't get the confirmation from Amazon.
Right.
I'm like, what? I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
So I log back into the Amazon account, and it has my orders there, but it's not processing them and giving me the official confirmation that I ordered all the stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was like, that's dumb. I'll have to figure it out later. So we go back to what we're doing here at work. I forget what we were recording that day, but it was something that I just couldn't deal with it at that moment.
Yeah.
So later on in the day, I get a text from Erin. And she goes, hey, what's going on? She goes, none of my cards don't work and my account is frozen, like at the bank.
God.
I was like, what? He goes, yeah, I was, getting a haircut for Ezra and my card was just like, nope. Like it's all shut off.
Which is so embarrassing.
God.
When you go to pay for something, they're
right.
like, your card doesn't, do you have another card?
Yeah. Do you have another one? Because fuck you.
Right.
I'm like, what? I was like, no way. Because I set up all the information. So I go in there and I look on Amazon. And I just forgot to switch over the account. So we don't share, like me and Aaron, we just have never put our bank accounts together.
Yeah.
It's like we share money, we spend all the same stuff. We just have never gone in there. It was a pain in the ass. I remember like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
They made us do a bunch of shit and then it didn't work in the first place. We're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
So we just keep doing
this and it works.
Right.
Yeah.
So you pay for this, I pay for that, and then everyone's happy. So we have 2 different accounts on Amazon. One's my card, one's hers.
Yeah.
And I just forgot from bouncing between the different websites to change over to my card where I had transferred money onto the card to make sure I could process the payments.
Yeah.
So I just clicked confirm, completely wiped out her entire balance, and then froze her bank accounts. And I was like, oh, shit. So I went back and I tried to change it over, but it was too late.
Yeah.
I had to go back, which sucks for me, but, Aaron's probably way worse off than me. I had to go back through and reorder everything.
Sure.
And then change the card over correctly. But to this day, recording this episode, she still has another week or so to wait till they can confirm and get a card out to her.
Oh no!
She can spend money. She could go to an ATM, but she couldn't for like 3 or 4 days because her accounts were completely frozen. She had to go through a bunch of verification process stuff. So yeah, I accidentally just like fucked her over.
You should have just denied it.
What? No way.
No, what?
That's dumb.
I don't know who did that.
Sorry, you don't have any money.
And then just refuse to cancel the orders, and then like pretend like it's fraud. So, someone fucking, you got to call. Someone stole your car. I don't know who. And then all the boxes start showing up at your house for all the things that like were the fraudulent charges on her card.
She's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Shh." I'm trying to connect cables. I'm like, "1 second, I'll help you in a bit." Like I'm trying to set up things, and she's just like, "What the fuck? How did this happen?" I don't know.
That's
for you to figure out.
Clearly, it's obvious if you just look. Someone stole your card, bought me a bunch of stuff. Why did they do it? I don't know.
That's for you to ask them.
I'm not a fucking wizard.
I'm not an investigator.
Right.
Do I look like a police officer? I have no fucking idea why they do this.
I don't know.
Sweet for me.
Right, yeah.
Sweet for me. So you're being so selfish.
Right.
And you just flip it on her.
Right. Is this really nice for me? Is it hard for you to be so happy for me when something like this happens?
I thought we were in this together.
Right.
Okay, clearly not.
I've won the lottery. So this has been great for me that you can't see that side of it.
I win the lottery, you go to jail.
You just focus on how you have no money.
Nothing works. Well, this works. Go over and like plug in a new TV. So it's working for me.
This stuff is great.
This stuff's great.
Why can't you be happier for me?
You can use it sometimes, I guess, until you get your whole whatever you got going on figured out. But it did remind me of the time too when I told Erin that she could buy her mom a plane ticket. And then the very next day, somebody called me and said, "Hey, did you buy a plane?" Like the bank called me.
Yeah.
"Did you buy a plane ticket going from Seattle to blah, blah, blah?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Absolutely not." And I canceled all my cards. And then it took me weeks to get it all figured out. And then right after I canceled them, I was like, "God damn it."
Damn it.
8 hours before that, I told Erin, "Yeah, it's totally fine."
Yeah, you'll go ahead and get it.
And the next day, just fucking canceled all my own cards because I'm a genius.
And that was for Erin's mom?
Yep.
So you didn't buy another one, right?
No. That one went through. I think she got it. Like I couldn't cancel it. Like they just asked if it was like the actual, like if I paid for it. I was like, no, but they couldn't refund it.
I just thought on that one too, you'd be like, well, I guess your mom can't come.
That's how that goes. Sorry.
Listen, yeah, I made a mistake and now your mom can never come here again.
What? No, just buy another one. No.
No, it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work. That's how the world works.
That's how the world works. You try, and if it doesn't work, then you never try again.
You give up.
You give up.
Right. Look, come on. It's worked for me so far.
Yeah, she's great, but she can't come to our house ever again.
We can go visit her, maybe, if she buys us tickets. But that was it. That was my dumb story.
I like it.
So I'm sorry that she's, Erin, I apologize that you were married to me because, I keep doing this to you.
Oh, man.
Oh, well, I'm trying my best.
You're a fun guy.
Fun guy.
Yeah, then just be funny.
Yeah.
And have fun. And then come on, forget about it. And she's laughing. He's like, okay.
It's like juggling, like doing like cool
Joe.
tricks.
Oh, Joe.
Oh, Joe, freezing my accounts and fucking up my life.
Taking all my money. Okay. I'm mad for a second.
That's just him. He's always been this way. I love him. I love him for who he is. Okay, so we have some really funny stories to get to for WM Idiots Listener Edition.
Okay.
Should we do them right now?
Yes.
Let's fucking do it.
Dumb. Dumb, dumb. Dumb. Dumb, dumb. Idiot.
This first one is fun. Sent in by Dummy Gray. Who writes, "Hello, dummies. I finally got a job offer a few months ago after being unemployed as a masseuse at a spa.
Hell yeah.
It's unusually slow and nobody really comes in. So every once in a while, my boyfriend would come in and we'd fool around in one of the massage rooms."
Oh my gosh, that's hot.
Thank you. Sorry. One day, while trying to reach his requirements, the door busts open and two officers come flying in. My boyfriend's completely naked on the table, his dick in my hand, and either due to the surprise of the door being kicked in or I actually did reach his requirements, my boyfriend comes and it shoots into my face and hair.
Oh my God.
The police
walk in.
The police were originally there looking for someone that they were chasing, and they stated that he ran into our facility.
Oh my
But then they
God.
switched their attention to arresting my boyfriend and I because a happy ending is frowned upon and seen as prostitution.
Oh.
I spent a large portion of the car ride trying to explain to the officer that I was with, they took us in separate squad cars, so he's trying to talk to this one, that we were actually a couple, but he couldn't seem to take me seriously with cum dripping down my face.
Oh my God.
And even burning my eyes, causing them to go from white to bloodshot red.
Why didn't they let her wipe the cum off her face?
It gets better. And because I was handcuffed, I wasn't capable of wiping it off myself. It got worse when they got me to the station. I thought they'd let me wipe my face off for the mugshot, but they wouldn't.
No.
One of the officers cracked a joke saying, "This isn't one your mom would want to hang on the fridge, huh?" My embarrassment was short-lived as my boss at the spa came in and got the two of us out. She even jokingly asked for a copy of the mugshot, and they actually gave it to her.
What the fuck is happening here?
So now, when I come into work, I can find the photo hidden in places that you'll know I'll have to check. I've crumpled up and thrown out about 40 so far. I just have a feeling she has an entire stack printed somewhere else and I'm going to use them whenever I throw them away. Anyway, just wanted to share my moment and love the podcast. Shout out to Ira for getting me into the Bad Magic family years ago. Love you, girl.
What? How
about that?
That was Gray?
Yeah, great.
What the fuck?
Ta-da.
That is hard for me to even process all. That is such an insanely funny story.
It's like a comedy movie.
Yeah, it's like a comedy movie. But like, I just can't believe what officer wouldn't just be like, yeah, you can wipe the cum off your face. That's crazy.
Lunatic.
He's a lunatic. Whatever officer is a fucking maniac. That's a weird power trip. This isn't like somebody you're worried about hurting you. If it's a possible rub and tug arrest.
Didn't want to contaminate the DNA, officer.
Right.
Or chief.
No, let them wipe the fucking cum off their face.
Wipe it off, then use that as the DNA sample.
And just like you, why would you want to risk getting cum in your police car and on you? It's like it's on there. It's like that's so crazy. And then the other crazy part is, what fucking precinct gives that photo to the boss? Right. That has to be illegal.
I don't know where this came from.
What is this?
This is some small town shit.
This is some small town shit. And I love that the boss thinks it's funny and also doesn't fire her for fucking her boyfriend in the massage room.
Right.
This is what. Where is this?
The owner was her mom. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how all of this is happening. The officer was actually her dad. Like, it's just how to make this story even more weird.
God.
Oh, man.
That is, oh my God, though. Just the, good on you for having a sense of humor about that. Just like, officers bust in, dick in the head, right? And then like,
it's like squeezing an udder.
And then fucking cum shooting on your face. Then you get, how embarrassing, you get led away from your job in handcuffs literally with cum on your face. And then able to come back and be like, I'm just, okay. I can take a joke.
These silly photos
and then finding
everywhere.
photos of, mugshot with cum on your face. I can take a joke. All good fun.
Need a pencil, open it up, like, God damn it, pull another cum mugshot out.
Also, how hot is this?
Well, all right.
I think they have a great sex life.
For the police officer?
No, like this couple. If they're if she's able to laugh off cum in the face in the fucking massage sex and
Getting
stuff.
a mugshot?
She's
a keeper.
Yep, she's a keeper.
And she's a masseuse.
And she's a masseuse? Holy shit.
What was she doing with
fun.
With the hands?
Oh, some magic.
She's all in the lotion.
She did some weird little fucking flip of the thumb, little twist, and then like just geyser.
Yeah. I mean, goddamn.
She's a dick whisperer.
Perfect timing. I mean,
Perfect timing.
I mean, I can't. Okay, I can't. I mean, I can't even imagine it. You ever been caught having sex?
Not by like
By a police officer?
Not by a police officer. The weirdest walk-in or like story I had was, I feel like I've talked about this somewhere, but if I haven't, good, I guess. But
Then fuck yeah, here we go.
Yeah. But it was that years ago I did that Comedy Central This Is Not Happening show and that video on YouTube about like acid and too much acid in Vegas, and then like the story ends, but the night went on after we came down from the acid, and I was dating this girl who was in town in Vegas with friends, and then went to like a nightclub where she and the friends ended up doing coke there.
Okay.
Then ended up at some random, like this is like the most Vegas story, ended up at some random, I don't know who this lady was.
A place.
A place. We go into a limo, of course, Vegas.
Yeah.
Get driven to some weird house. Not weird, I just didn't know. Big house with like big pool and everything. And then we're doing Molly. And then at one point after the Molly, we're in this little sauna, just me and this lady I don't know, and she's naked. I'm naked, I think. I was naked. That's right.
That'd
I'm
be
naked.
weird if you weren't.
Yeah, it'd be weird if I wasn't.
You're just in all of your clothes. The naked lady?
But no, it was like a sauna, and so there's nothing going on between us. But I'm naked, she's naked, and then a guy who's naked behind her is fingering her.
Classic.
While her and I are talking about protein bars. It's like, what is happening?
Right.
And then later and it seemed normal. Like
As one does.
As one does. And then later that night, I'm having sex with my girlfriend in some random guest room, and she walks in, opens the door, hands me a water bottle, like, be sure and get hydrated, because it was a weird mix of like drug and then health conscious stuff. But like, it was no big, we don't even stop having sex, and then gives me a little tap on the ass, and then just like, have a good night, and then just like goes, I guess, to her room.
What a majestic offering.
What a majestic, yeah. But I just love like safety first.
Vegas, baby.
It was the most Vegas story.
She's just paying you back for your nutritional facts. He's
guess
like,
so.
what can I do to help him?
What can I do to help?
He's probably,
Oh my God.
after that sauna, and then now he's having sex, he's probably a little dehydrated.
She brings me a protein shake.
Right.
Hey, I made you acai berries. And
She brings in a whole table and then sets out like a blender. And like while you're having sex, she's making it. She's like, what do you want?
Oh my God. Like an acai bowl fucking thing.
Exactly.
You want some almond butter? I recommend a little bit of almond butter. That'd be great. That'd be great. Kiwi slices? Oh yeah, thanks. They're great.
Like scooping the ends out of the out of the blender. You're like, oh yeah, wow, that's great. Straw? Yeah, no straw.
She has an apron on and everything. It's like really like all of a sudden there's like a little place there, like it's a name tag.
Yep. And she gets out of there, walks out, and then you literally have probably never seen her again.
And then as she walks out, she just turns. She's like, "Wake up! There's a gas leak."
Right. The fucking stop sign face. Jesus Christ.
Oh God.
Whip. Sex is over. Shrivel right up.
But that's the only story I have in that vein.
I don't know why this was so gross to me. That would happen, and like you wouldn't even have to pull out. Your dick would pull itself out. Like it would just instantly just like just like go backwards and inside yourself.
It would roll up like a fruit roll up.
Right.
It would somehow be flat and, and just like roll up.
And done.
It completely.
Sorry, babe. Stop sign face just screamed at me. It's got a gas leak. What? And it all fits because of the. She's like, that's just the drugs. Like, I don't think so.
It's some crazy like this shouldn't even be possible situation where it not only like shrivels up and goes inside of you, but it completely rebuilds itself into a vagina.
Right.
Like by the end of the night, you have an actual. You're no longer now. You have like your balls like they shrink up. They become a labia. Your penis goes in, becomes like the vaginal. Like doctors test you. They're like, there's fucking fallopian tubes in there.
Right. This is Danielle.
This is Danielle. You're Danielle. This is amazing that your body spontaneously flip sexes. That's how scared you got.
And the whole time you're just like, wake up, there's a gas leak. That's all you know how to say anymore. Oh, fuck that. Okay, so this next story it's a doozy.
Okay.
But it's worth the read. We're heading off hearing from dummy Cammy, who writes, Dear Wilma and Betty. Guess that's us.
That's nice.
That's us. This happened 20 years ago. And still to this day, it's brought up at every family gathering and told to every new person that any one of our family meets. So apparently it's super hilarious, even though for me, it's just super embarrassing. Like many teenagers for our generation, my cousin and I decided to run away from home when I was 14 and she was 15.
Yeah.
But we took it to a whole new level of dumb. From start to finish, it was one mind-numbingly stupid decision after another. Our reasons for wanting to run away aren't really important, so I won't bore you with the details other than to say that they most definitely weren't good reasons. We both had great home lives and great parents.
Okay.
A few months before my 15th birthday, my cousin Christy, her mom and siblings had moved in with us temporarily. Before they came, I was your typical goody two-shoes kind of kid. I had never snuck out or skipped class or anything of the sort. Then here comes Christy with her expertise in all things rebellious. She almost immediately started dating some boy that none of the adults like. So she had to sneak around to be able to see him. One night, while everyone else was asleep, and me and her were awake chatting and listening to music, she suddenly informs me that she had plans to sneak out and go see her boyfriend, and they'd meet up, and they would pick us up in a little bit. So she's going to sneak out, get the boyfriend, come back and grab me. I was shocked, panicked, terrified, and everything in between, but I didn't want to be a pussy, so I said, okay. The night went off without a hitch. We snuck out my window and spent a few hours hanging out with her boyfriend and his friends and made it back home before anyone knew we were gone. Now, before this night, we had mentioned to each other about wanting to run away, but had never put a whole lot of thought into it, much less had a plan. So here we are about to climb back into my window when she stops me and says, "Why don't we run away tonight? I mean, we're already out." Again, the panic and fear start up inside, but for whatever reason, her logic made sense to me, so I agreed.
Oh my God.
And then here's where the dumb really starts, and boy, does it. We sneak back into my window to grab some clothes and whatever else we think we might need. She steals money out of her Nana's purse, the thing both of us regret most to this day, and her mom's cell phone and car keys. We put the car in neutral and rolled down the street a little ways before we started, and then we're off. We live just north of Houston, Texas, and our destination was northern Oklahoma, where my biological mother lived. I thought if I could just make it to her, that she would save me from getting into too much trouble. The problem was, neither one of us really knew how to get there. By the way, it's a straight shot up to Interstate 45. So we stop at a 24-hour gas station and buy a United States map, like in all caps. So the ones you gotta fold them out.
Mm-hmm.
She drives
Rand McNally or whatever.
Yeah. She drives a couple hours, and then I try to drive, but I'd never driven before, so that wasn't working out all that great. After being on the road for a few hours, I fell asleep in the passenger seat, and I woke up to see that we were on some 2-lane back road, and I immediately knew that this was wrong. I asked her where we were, and she said she didn't know because the map was confusing, and she took a wrong turn somewhere and been trying to figure out how to get back to the highway. I start looking for signs to figure out what road we're on, and then I quickly realize we are heading back south. We start freaking out. I tell her to turn onto the next road she sees, so they were going any direction but back down south. A few miles down, we make a left and start looking for any place that we can stop and ask where we are. Well, we didn't need to stop to find out where we were because a few miles down the road, we saw a sign that said, "Welcome to Louisiana." We pull over on the side of the road and start celebrating because we were convinced that since we lived across straight lines, or we were across state lines, that we couldn't be caught. We're free.
Yeah,
no one cares anymore. And she goes, "Just hang on because it gets much worse." And it does. We get back in the car and drive until we see a church with some people in the parking lot and stop to ask them where the nearest town is so we could eat and fuel up and maybe get some sleep because we had been on the road for about 9 to 10 hours by this point. We get to the town and we decide to go to Walmart first. I don't remember why we chose Walmart. While we are going through the parking lot, we spot these two guys standing by this really cool car, and Christy talks me into stopping and talking to them. These guys are very obviously over the age of 18, but still young enough for us to catch their attention.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. They invite us to hang out at the lake with them, which we do. I didn't take very long before fatigue really started to kick in, so we started to talk about finding a motel, and that's when one of the guys tells us that him and his buddy are both in the military, and they could get us a discount on our room. We take them up on their offer, and they follow us to the cheapest motel we could find. Christy is the one that fills out the paperwork for our room, and she ends up putting her first name and my last name, because no one will figure it out that way. After checking in, we invite these two guys to come hang out in our room with us for a bit. After an hour or so, the fatigue becomes way too much. We both fall asleep with these two guys still in the room.
Oh, no.
And thankfully, they ended up just leaving.
Okay, good guys, thankfully.
God damn.
I was scared.
But they left us a note to call them the next day.
Okay.
So we got it. Because that scared me.
I know, I was scared too. The dad me was like, oh my God. Oh God, what are you doing?
Oh, Pepper, don't you fucking... So the next morning comes and we decide that we need to head out and try again to make it to Oklahoma. Yeah. But we're going to call these guys first and hang out for a bit before we leave. So we do that and we end up meeting up with them at a restaurant, I think. While we were there, Christy decided to check the cell phone because we had been keeping it turned off for the most part. She realizes that we have tons of voicemails from family and friends trying to figure out where we are. So she takes it upon herself to change the outgoing message to, "You'll never find us." Fucking what?
Oh my God.
I had
You'll
no
never
idea.
Find us.
I had no idea she did this until way later. She only told me about the voicemails. This is when we decided we should probably get rid of the phone in case they were tracking it, after 2 days of having it on us. So she just chucks it into the woods.
Jesus Christ.
Also, a little side note, one of the guys had written like a 5-page letter to Christy confessing his undying
love.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, after telling the guys goodbye, which it's important to note that we had confessed everything to them, so they knew exactly how old we were and that we were runaways. It was time to head out. I had to pee, though. Well, instead of going to the store to pee, we decided that we could just stop back at the motel so I can pee and we can check, and she can check to make sure we got everything before we head out. This was a huge mistake. As soon as we walk out of the bathroom, I'm greeted by 3 officers. They say, "Do you know why we're here?" They ask. And I go, "Yep." I say, dropping my head and sticking out my wrist. They handcuffed me and took me to the car. After about a minute or so, the officer in the car with me laughs out loud and turns to me and says, "Your little partner tried to run." And I'm like, "What the fuck, Christy?" He pulls the car around the building. And sure enough, there she is down on the ground with her hands cuffed and an officer's knee on her back.
Oh my God.
We are taken to the station and told our parents and then we were told that our parents were informed and they were on their way. Now, this is the part that everyone thinks is particularly hilarious. It took them 3 hours to get there. So that's right.
They drove, 8 or 10 hours?
We drove 9 to 10 hours.
Okay, yeah.
Just to end up 3 hours away.
Oh, my God.
Fucking kids. She goes, that's pretty much the gist of the story. But to provide some closure, the 2 guys did end up getting arrested. They turned out to be 21 and 23 and confessed to knowing everything. Me and her went to court, and the judge pretty much let our parents choose our punishment. So we got 6 weeks in juvie. Only served 3 and over 100 hours of community service. I served every single hour, and she ended up moving out of state again. Never had to finish hers, that little twat. Oh, and I also turned out her mom's car that we stole was not actually her car. It was a rental that her stepdaughter was paying for. Still to this day, we haven't been able to live it down, and the same jokes are told over and over anytime we're both at a family event. We've talked about revisiting the same little town in Louisiana again now that we're adults, but have not done it yet.
Find those guys.
Anyway, that's my dumb story. They're probably in prison. I still don't think it's very funny, but I hope you did. Fuck you all, Cammie.
God,
oh
Cammie.
my God.
That's quite an adventure.
Fucking kids.
I'm sure Cammie got quite the tongue lashing from the parents of like, do you know how this could have gone? You could be dead.
I can't even imagine
oh my God.
being the parent in that situation.
I'd be so upset.
Oh, it'd be awful. But it did remind me when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess 8 or 9 years old. And I was mad at my mom, and I went to the kitchen, and I opened up the bottom drawer where all like the Ziploc bags are.
Yeah.
And I grabbed the biggest ones, like the one gallon, giant bags. And I was like, I'm running away from home.
You're starting your life.
And she didn't try to stop me because, I'm a fucking idiot.
She's like, yeah, whatever.
It was great. So I had these things. I put baseball cards in them. I had like a hat, like a baseball, like my White Sox hat. I shoved that in there, and I had like some socks and T-shirts. I think I had like a Game Pro magazine, so in case I needed my Mortal Kombat cheat codes.
Yeah, everything you needed.
I remember packing it up, and I was so pissed, and I was like, I'm leaving. She goes, okay.
Yeah. Don't interrupt Matlock when I tell you about that.
Right, be safe. And I made it about a half a block, and I went to a housing complex that was being built, and just sat on one of the foundations. I was like, no one fucking cares about me.
She's not even looking for me.
Looking for me.
She's probably looking out the window being like, there's that fucking idiot.
God damn, what a stupid
I can see him
idiot.
half block on the street.
I remember sitting there like looking at like my baseball cards and being like, you're going to be all right. Like trying to find the cool ones and making stacks based on different values. I had my Beckett, like checking out scores.
Your Beckett guide?
Checking out the scores so I could trade them in for money when I had to make a run for it.
Jeter would try and find me.
Right. Bo Jackson loves me. Big Hurt. Big Hurt would do anything to have me as his kid.
Jim Tomey would be here if he was my dad.
I don't remember how long I lasted. There was a bunch of snakes in that complex too, like gardener snakes.
Yep.
So I was like, fuck, I can't sleep here.
I can't sleep with too many snakes.
And I think maybe 2 hours. I'd come back with my Ziploc baggies full of baseball cards and a hat.
Storm into your room.
Oh, welcome back. I remember being so pissed that no one was fucking mad I was gone.
That's funny.
Oh man. Okay, well that's all I got for the stories.
I love it.
And now we go to 1-star heroes.
I get no respect in real life. Always am upset, so I let them know I hate them on the internet. Yeah.
Wake up. It's a gas leak.
Wake up. It's a gas leak.
Dude, it's so scary.
Okay, so I went with I am lactose intolerant.
Okay.
But I do like to have cheese and dairy products sometimes, so I will take like lactate pills.
You like to punish yourself.
I like to punish myself, but they work for me. But I'm going to a product where we're going to look at reviews where they didn't work for some people. And it's so funny because when this doesn't work and you've loaded your body up with dairy and then the lactose pills don't work, you're in for quite a bit of hurt.
The safety net broke.
The safety net broke. And now I imagine most of these 1-star reviews were left from the toilet.
You're free
In a lot of
falling
pain.
through like a hell.
This is Lactate original strength lactose intolerance relief caplets with natural lactase enzyme 120 count.
All right.
Well rated overall. This is on Amazon. 12,558 ratings, and it's 4.7 out of 5. That's a good rating for that many.
That's a lot of prevented gas
It's a lot
and
of prevented
diarrhea.
gas and diarrhea. So, but let's look at the people. And these probably a lot of these are legitimate complaints, not all of them, but it's just so funny to me. The wording and everything. GW Sanford didn't work for them. 1 star, had to call poison control.
All right.
I bought these pills earlier this month. Last week, took one before eating dairy. 2 hours later, I ended up doubled in pain, projectile vomiting, and in agony on my bathroom floor all night. Like any normal person, I put it down to food poisoning, and after a day or two, I felt better. Last night, I made dinner and again took one of these pills. Then took another, just in case. Since the bottle states, if you continue to eat foods containing dairy, after 30 to 45 minutes, take another one. I almost immediately felt lethargic and fell asleep on the couch. I woke up after an hour thinking I ate too much, but a few minutes after waking, I started feeling really nauseous, exactly like early that week. This time, I knew it was the pills. Again, I was violently vomiting until nothing left in my system, then diarrhea, then puking again, then both at the same time. I again laid on the floor wanting my mother. I looked it up on the internet if anyone else had this problem, and I found 27 reviews saying the same thing. I was desperate, so I called the Poison Center to see if they had any suggestions on how to help.
Oh, boy.
Half expecting them to say, oh yeah, I hear this all the time, you need to do this. Instead, they just suggested I ride it out.
That's a nice way of saying,
You gotta ride it out, buddy.
here, bitch.
This stuff needs to be removed from the shelves immediately. And like 2 people found this helpful.
2 people like they're also being like dead on the floor,
I just love like
clicking.
this situation. I mean, that is so terrible.
It
But when you're
is.
in that much agony, when you're like wanting my mother, I just think like because there is that level, even when you're a grown up, where you're like you're in so much pain and you're just like you're crying, like there's tears in your eyes. You feel like you're gonna die, and then it's such a funny thought of like I want my mom.
Where's my mom? Mommy loves me. Well,
Well, you
Okay.
shouldn't have. Okay, so this is just a funny angle this person had. This is for Amazon Mom, 1 star. These only made my mild symptoms worse. I'm only mildly lactose intolerant. However, when I take these, the recommended dose, which is 3 tablets, I get bloated and my stomach gets to rumbling. After about an hour, I have severe gas 4 hours. When I don't take anything, I only get mildly bloated, but not rumbly or extremely gassy. It's almost as if these contain actual lactose instead of the lactase enzyme. I'm so disappointed with these. I can eat cheeses and be fine. It's eating ice cream that I get these for, but they don't seem to work for me. Asking for a refund. What's funny to me is how funny would it be? I chose this one. Like, what if you were just like, we've talked about this before in scenarios. It's your last week at the company. You're like, I fucking hate this place. And instead, if you took all these bottles of lactase enzyme pills and somehow were able to, be a lot of work, replace them with lactose, like condensed
Enablers?
lactose. So you're getting a massive dose of the thing that fucks you up.
Right.
And then people are taking that on top of eating whatever dairy, just ripping buttholes out in the bathroom, just fucking blowing their asses out.
like that funny run, you know, when you like you have to fart, and every step it's like it's just trying. You just have that
There's
all
so
around
much
the
gas.
office. Yeah,
That is
every step. Swing, 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 swing.
that is the worst when you have so much gas that no matter how hard you're holding it, any movement, it's just like a balloon that's so full, and it's like any twisting of it is going to let a little pressure out.
And you just sit. You're between whatever that is and the
Yeah.
bathroom, so you can see like little like train cars of like.
The way this next one was written is why I included it. This is I love this. Rob H likes to use a lot of periods. 1 star. Buyer. B. A. Where. Mannitol.
God damn.
Mannitol no returns. No chance to refuse. That's the subject title. Here's the review. I'll read it. It's like a poem almost, the way it's laid out. Don't like the fact it's a digestive aid that has mannitol in it. A food map. Wouldn't let me cancel. Said I could refuse, but item left at door. No chance at refuse. And a no return policy. I get it. Buyer B. A. Where. Never assume you can refuse a package because they are dropped and photographed, nor returned because it just depends.
A little long on the back end of that one.
Buyer B. A. Quote, where?
What is happening?
I wasn't. My bad. Thanks. It's like a weird,
my
like, is that a
God.
haiku? I love that they don't understand that a where is one word. They keep separating it. A where, and then in that one instance they have A not in quotes, where in quotes, buyer, B, A, where?
What's that scene? Was it I Married an Axe Murderer with God damn it, what's his name?
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers. When he's the stand-up, like he's doing like slam poetry. Is that movie?
Yeah. I don't know if it's that movie. It's either that or SNL sketch. But I remember what you're talking about.
Yep. Like doing like the jazz.
Yep.
That's what that reminds me of.
Oh my God. Buyer, be aware.
Right.
I wasn't. My bad. But just like, oh my God, that was very weirdly put together.
I like that he says thanks at the end.
Yeah, and then just thanks. Thanks. Be sure and tip your wait staff.
Oh man, maybe he's just smarter. Why? Why is the A where?
I don't know.
Am I missing it? Is there a deeper meaning?
I don't think so.
This guy's smarter than me. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
TF leaves 1 star, probably fake. Not as advertised. I got the Canadian version. Different labeling. Update. Also doesn't work. Gas, bloating, and diarrhea with stench. I haven't had since I was 18. I included that one just because they added diarrhea with stench.
And the age.
And the age.
Right.
Like, this is a very specific stench. And I just love, like, what kind of diarrhea doesn't have stench?
It'd be weird if it didn't.
Right? Like, what a weird thing if you had, like, you have explosive diarrhea and it smells like a fucking vanilla candle. You're like, God, this is beautiful.
Best case.
And then people are like, oh man, diarrhea, don't go in the bathroom. Why? It smells great when I have diarrhea. My diarrhea is either lavender or vanilla.
Right. Cinnamon,
But
pumpkin spice if it's the right season.
But I just love the qualifier. Guys, it wasn't just diarrhea. His diarrhea was stench.
And what weird, weird with the age.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, as you know, poop smells way worse when you're 18.
Right.
What?
Remember that one time when I was 18 and I had that super stenchy diarrhea? Oh my God, I do remember that. Well, it's back.
It's back. First time since I was 18. All right.
Quick one, Marilyn Sherman. This was not delivered today as I paid for and as said. Health digestive issues. I just love they needed, like, for some reason this person can't get to the fucking Walgreens or the grocery store. All grocery stores sell Lactate pills in some form.
Probably gas stations.
Yep, some bigger gas stations, definitely. But I just love, like, they're having an emergency. They need this shit today. I need this today. I just picture, like, they ordered it on the toilet, and they're waiting on the toilet, and then, like, it clicks midnight. She leaves this like 12:01. It didn't fucking happen today. I'm still stuck here.
Right.
I have health digestive issues.
Oh man, she needs to live in the future. Things aren't fast enough for her.
I chose this next one because when you have, yes, these things will work, but as somebody who's had lactose problems for years, it's not a fucking miracle drug. The best way you can avoid having a lot of digestive issues if you're lactose intolerant is to cut back on the fucking dairy. But if you're eating a shitload of ice cream and stuff, eventually your body's going to wave the white flag and be like, these pills aren't going to, you're still going to shit your brains out.
It's going out.
It's going out.
Yeah.
So this is Thick Madam, 1 star.
All right.
Severe diarrhea is the subject. And then she writes, I bought this product mostly because of price. I use Beano, but I thought Lactate may give me the same results, which is lactose intolerant problem prevention. Well, I had 2 pills, not 3 because of New Med. Okay.
All right.
I had my usual ice cream and cake. That's why I had my usual ice cream and cake. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Every day is my birthday. Like normal. I started off my day with ice cream and cake, as one does.
As I've been doing for years.
I don't know why my stomach's always hurting. And approximately 1 hour later, I had severe nausea, followed with vomiting and diarrhea. My first thought, food poisoning. No, your first thought should have been like, maybe I should cut back on ice cream and cake.
Right.
After surviving this disaster, being a retired nurse, I began to question myself of what I ate the entire day. I was fine until I had the ice cream and cake and these pills. I noticed afterwards that Beano info was different from this med. One thing I noticed during my episodes of severe vomiting was the taste of Lactate pills. I cannot say for sure if it was the pills, but after seeing that another person had the same effect, I will be sticking with my Beano from now on. Don't want to try it again to prove myself right or wrong. 54 people found that helpful.
Wow.
God, I also start my day off with ice cream and cake and sometimes have digestive
And then follow it up
situations.
with ice cream and cake.
I have an ice cream sandwich. Listen, like a person does. Like most Americans, I wake up, I have a Hot Pocket and an ice cream sandwich.
Right.
2 hours later, I drink 2 cups of chocolate milk. Then, for lunch, I have a healthy dose of ice cream and cake. Yeah, sure. For dinner, I scale it back with custard and creme brulee.
Right.
And my stomach...
I'm not a monster.
I'm not a monster. Finally, I treat myself after eating good throughout the day. I kind of let it go and have a Dairy Queen ice cream cake for dessert.
Chocolate-covered strawberries.
Chocolate-covered strawberries.
Wrap things up. Make sure I get some fruit in.
I guzzle a gallon of milk, and then, wouldn't you know it, All the time my stomach hurts.
What the picture? It's just it says disaster.
Yeah.
If I picture you sitting there right now,
Yeah.
and you're like, ooh, 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 you're licking your chops, you're ready to eat. And I look down at the table, and you have ice cream, and you have cake, and then you
Yeah.
have a stack of Lactate pills.
It's not going to probably end well.
I'm not gonna be like, good, you're thinking ahead. This,
Good for
know
you.
what? Canceled it all out. This can be great. It's like, no, you're playing with fire. Like it's just a happy birthday. Just
I just still love that she says, it's just the word usual. I had my usual ice cream and cake. For some reason, if she would have said I had my usual cake, or if I would have had my usual ice cream, that's not nearly as funny to me as ice cream and cake. Because like, to me, that's such a special like birthday. Like she's going all out. Per usual.
Whoever, her circle of friends is not my circle of friends.
No.
Because I've never known anybody that has a usual ice cream and cake
right.
on a daily basis.
Oh my God. So, okay, this one is just the hell this person went through. This poor person. Chelsea Mays. Oh my God.
Do you want some sad music?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Original sad or a different sad?
Original sad.
Okay, here we go.
The first few times I took these, I was fine. Over time, I noticed that I would get really bloated, stomach pains, diarrhea. That was when I started to get suspicious. The last time I took these pills, I was sure they were the culprit. It started an unbearable stomachache and chills. I ran to the toilet, and diarrhea came out of me like H2O out of a faucet.
Spray paint.
After I was done, nothing comforted me besides the floor. As I laid on the floor ugly crying, I could also hear my stomach crying with me. It wasn't over. I felt puke coming, so I headed back to the bathroom. I made it just outside the bathroom when projectile vomit sprayed out of me like a dragon breathing fire. I didn't make it to the sink, but luckily it hit the tile. I puked about 6 more times in the sink, filling it up!
Oh, fuck.
My husband checked on me, and to both of our horror, he slipped on my puke. There was vomit in between his toes. I couldn't even warn him. I was violently ill, and it was messy. I'll never take these pills again. I only wish I would have read reviews first. There's a huge list of bad reviews of lactose on drugs.com. Be warned!
Oh, man.
I just,
Where?
B-A, where? I just love that one, like, my God. Like, what a fucking scene of puke and vomit.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, puke and diarrhea. Jesus.
I picture, like, you're trying to get the bathroom door
Yeah.
open, but it gets so slippery, like, you can't open the door anymore because it's just covered in your vomit and you can't stop. You're just, like, endlessly, like, God damn it! Just covering the door.
I was picturing how funny that whole scene would be if it was all filmed, if you just set it to Benny Hill music.
Right. Oh, well,
That-
I mean,
Oh my God. Just make it a slapstick comedy.
whoop, slipping on the puke.
Okay, 2 more quick one-liners.
Okay.
They're just weird ones. Rebecca Y. Is it Benadryl or Lactate? Fix this. What the fuck are you talking? Is it making you sleepy? That's such a weird thing to go to, like allergy medicine. Question.
Right.
I know this says Lactate, but are you sure it's not Benadryl?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, we would have called it Benadryl.
Right.
Okay, just gotta ask because I take one and I fall asleep.
Just checking.
You need a doctor.
Right. It's probably something else.
Probably something you got other medical conditions going on. And then the last one, Carol McGurn, all caps, a lot of exclamation points. Never again. I will never buy this again. I have arthritis in my hands. I'd use pliers to turn the cap and a screwdriver to wedge it open.
God damn it.
So here's the thing, Carol. That sucks for you. But you know whose fault that's not? The Lactate people.
Right.
The problem isn't the product. The problem is your fucking super weak hands. You have super weak, fragile, fucking
Scrunnies.
skeleton hands.
Little burn bones.
You have little fucking bird paws.
Yeah, that's like blaming like the pickle jar company.
Right.
It's like, fuck this place. I can never get the jar open.
Yeah.
And like in the pickle jar factory, it's like Paul Bunyan looking dudes. who are
Tighten
like,
them. Yeah, good.
good to go. Ship it. It's like, no, there's ways to get it open. You just gotta try.
I think Carol needs to just, accept that she has to fucking live the rest of her life on like pudding and oatmeal. Mm-hmm. Distributed in simple, easy packages.
Yeah, and a little snack pack already open for you.
Yep. Soft packages, soft foods.
Right.
Keep it soft, Carol.
Something you just have to squish. Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
talking about diarrhea.
Yeah, other people's pain.
Oh yeah. Like, man, I'm stuck on that scene. of just slipping and having puke between my toes and shit.
And can you imagine like coming to help your wife and then there's like a sink full of puke, there's fucking shit all over the place, there's puke all over the place, you slip and fall in the puke.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
I've slipped in Ezra's puke.
You slipped in it?
Yeah. He was super sick and he like I couldn't really do anything and he was super sick and then the floor was cold.
Yeah.
So I remember laying on the floor with him, like trying to like cool him down a little bit because his temperature was way up. It's like 104. He's like a baby. Yeah. And I picked him up and he just threw up all over my face. And then I was like, oh my God, and like dripped down my body. And I put him down, took a step and then fucking slipped in his puke. I've slipped in dog shit on hardwood floors.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so gross.
You almost flat back yourself.
Ugh.
But never that bad.
Yeah, that much. I've never slipped in puke. Monroe one time. She was like 11 or 12. So it's this annoying thing. We're still a little kid, but also old enough for it to be really annoying. Where I'm like, she started puking and made no effort to not puke. And like she puked like on her blanket, and then she just puked on the floor. And then I'm trying to get her to the bathroom, and then just like she was fine like the next morning, but this is one of those stomach bugs, quick ones, and it just went fucking everywhere. So it took so long. And then she's like, little kid, like I think she got cleaned up, went in the guest bedroom to go to sleep. And then meanwhile, it was just like a hazmat suit fucking puke cleanup situation.
Everything else.
The next hour in the middle of the night.
And you hear her snoring. You're like, oh, good for you.
Oh, glad you're sleeping.
Oh, that's great.
I'm dry heaving over here, picking up this fucking puke fest.
Right. Picking pizza out of this comforter. Fuck you, Monroe. Okay, well, let's move on. I found something that's going to creep you out a little bit. Okay. Actually, I didn't find shit. But one of the dummies did. Okay, let's roll it right now.
The internet has all sorts of neat things. Anything you want can be yours. Let's take a peek, together, as a couple. To you, from internet.
As a couple.
This
was sent in by dummy Kelly. And it's gonna weird you out a little bit. We've covered things like this in the past, but for whatever reason, this one just got me. So this website is called I Know Where Your Cat Lives.
I know where your cat lives.
I know where your cat lives.com. And if you go to the website, when you get there, you'll see just a picture of a cat, right?
Okay.
And you click random cat, and it's going to bring you to another part of the world with a little pinpoint of where this cat is. And you can jump around and look at these different cats. Okay?
That is creepy.
So here's how. Actually, I'll just have the video explain it because they did this to show you why or how easy it is for these other companies to get your personal data.
Jesus.
And they go and track all the metadata of these photos. And figure out where your cat lives.
Welcome to today's internet. You can buy anything. Every website is tracking your every move. And anywhere you look, you find videos and images of cats. Currently, there are 15 million images tagged with the word cat on public image hosting sites, and daily, thousands more are uploaded from unlimited positions on the globe. I Know Where Your Cat Lives is a data experiment that visualizes a sample of 1 million public pics of cats on a world map, locating them by the latitude and longitude coordinates embedded in their metadata.
Whoa.
The cats were accessed via publicly available APIs provided by popular photo sharing websites. The photos were then run through various clustering algorithms using a supercomputer in order to represent the enormity of the data source.
Wow.
This project explores two uses of the internet: the sociable and humorous appreciation of domesticated felines, and the status quo of personal data usage by startups and international megacorps who are riding the wave of decreased privacy for all. This website doesn't visualize all the cats on the net, only the ones that allow you to track where their owners have been. Thanks for letting us be your cat fan headquarters. Keep the pictures coming.
How crazy is that?
That's crazy.
I know.
That metadata, they can analyze that. I mean, that is a crazy world we're going into with that whole privacy argument, which is going to become more and more important. But it is so scary where it's like you have to really pay attention to turn off all your devices and make sure they're not listening in. Otherwise, you're like, man, I got to get some new Reeboks. You just say that, casually, not even holding your phone. And then you look on the internet and all these Reebok ads. And it's like, what the fuck? Who was listening to me?
And I would be fine with it. If it was just like you knew there wasn't going to be a bad part of it,
right? But that
I love if I was like, God damn it, like
the convenience of
it, right? I need more. I need more Advil. And the next time I open my phone, it's like, hey, I heard you need some new Advil. And like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, thanks phone. But there's so many other bad sides to it.
Yeah, it's just that the hackers and everything, and the people that can then just take everything
the
from
naughty
you. The
naughty people.
And just down the road, it's like, man, giving all that information to the government and the way they could kind of control the populace someday, knowing everything about you and everything. Oh my gosh!
And this is just about cats.
Yeah,
think about all the other pieces of data they can pick up from you.
Oh my god!
And our cars and everything that's being tracked all the time now.
Yep, it's wild.
I know, it's wild. Yeah, so thanks for sending that in, Kelly.
Yeah,
It's a nice
thank you.
reminder
That
that,
was eye-opener.
fuck everything. And everything's scary.
Everything's scary.
All right, let's move on. We have a great story for junk mail.
Okay.
Yeah, go.
It's junk mail.
Squarp. This was sent in by dummy Anthony. And he writes, "Hey, Dan and Joe."
Hi.
Hi, Anthony.
Hey, Tony.
Joe's story about his friends blaming him for porn on their computers as a kid reminded me of of possibly the dumbest thing my mother has ever said. Remember that story?
Yes, I do. I love it.
Back-to-back shithead.
Yep, you kept getting blamed. Yep.
For context, I was 18 or so. My brother was 13 or so. Right around the age he's beginning to become interested in sex and, of course, porn. Mm-hmm. My mom took me into town to get my laptop fixed. When we got home, I jumped on the family computer to pull up something I'd seen the day before or whatever. I don't remember. But the point is that I had to go to the browsing history to see what I had looked up. And I saw a long list of porn sites that had been pulled up while we were out. Okay. The only people who were home were my brother and my father.
Yep.
So it's obviously one of them. And the fact that all the porn searches were for characters from cartoons and anime that my brother liked to watch gave us a pretty clear clue as to which one it was. We had a very large, very old house, meaning that with only 2 people home, my brother could easily look at porn in the living room while my dad was upstairs and have plenty of warning from the creaky floors and stairs to close out of everything. But he forgot to close and clear the history this time and didn't know that that was a whole thing. Now, since I had the perfect alibi and since my brother could be a bit of a little shit and could do no wrong in my mother's eyes, which I found very annoying, I chose to leave the history up front and center of the screen and then wait for the fireworks to pop up. Unfortunately, I didn't account for just how far my mother was willing to bend over backwards for a golden child.
Oh, no.
After calling us both downstairs for questioning, where I pointed out that I'd been with her at the time the sites had been accessed.
Yeah, they're timestamps.
And my brother playing innocent. Yeah. She came to the conclusion that obviously what had happened was that someone had been bumming off of our Wi-Fi to look at porn.
Oh my God.
When I reminded her, even if that was the case, their searches would not show up on our browser history. It would show up on theirs. She declared that someone must have snuck into her house and looked at cartoon porn while the two of us were out.
She really couldn't accept that baby boy was jerking off to anime. He
was punching it. Yeah. Punching the clown. I wish I was kidding. My brother got off scot-free.
Oh my God.
Though hopefully with at least a heart attack for his trouble. And I could only shake my head in disbelief as she started going on about needing to make sure we locked the doors when we were leaving from now on.
Oh my God.
Even if people are still home. To this day, it's possibly the dumbest thing I've ever heard come out of anyone's mouth, let alone my mother, who, despite what you may think after the story, is not a stupid woman. Anyway, just wanted to share. Hopefully got a laugh out of it. Anthony,
I hope you tease the shit out of your mom to this day. And I hope your brother, once an adult, finally was like, yeah, that was me, Mom. Oh my God, Mom, I used to jerk off all the time to that stuff.
Yep.
And if you haven't done that, please talk your brother into do that confession at a family event.
I know. I picture like, say you had a girl sleep over and whatever, like, part of her clothing or I don't know, a used condom or something pops up. And Mom's like, what's this? You're like, oh shit, he's back.
The burglar.
He's back. Someone's sneaking in here and fucking women in my bedroom. She's like, oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay. We got to, surveillance cameras. She's like, yeah. Let's start there, because this clearly wasn't me. There's no way.
The same mom. She walks in her house and like hears like sucking noises, whatever like that, and like catches her son getting a blowjob, and then just is furious with the girl and like considering pressing rape charges. You get away from my boy. I'm so sorry, and then like, consoling him later. Mom, I didn't want it in her mouth.
It must have been rough for you. It was. Get her out of here.
Let's go to Disneyland.
I don't know. Like you break something, like you break the fucking TV. She's like, what the fuck happened? He came in here.
He's always here.
He's always here. He's always watching. Wake up.
Screaming at the husband, Gary, I told you to get a better security system.
Wake up. There's a gas leak. And it's Stop Sign Guy.
Stop Sign Guy.
What a terrifying character. I want to see him in a movie now.
Oh, my God.
Just like,
wake up.
Right.
Gas leak, you gotta wake up.
Like, oh shit, he can slide his head
under a door.
Right.
Wake up.
Wake up. There's a gas leak.
Just walking through an apartment complex, sliding your head under everybody's doors. Wake up, there's a gas leak. Because you would lose your mind. Dude, if a talking stop sign face slid under your door and told you there was a gas leak.
You're in a hotel room. You've locked all the locks, even the chain one. And you hear it going, and you're like, shit.
Oh my God.
And you look over there and go, and it opens up. No, it opens up. And the chain catches.
Yeah.
And then this fucking stop sign head comes in.
Wake up. Wake up now. there's a gas leak. And then just pop back out and leaves.
Slams the door. What the fuck?
So many people pinching themselves. Come on!
Wake up.
We gotta wake up!
Sorry, are you sleeping? You shouldn't be. There's a gas leak. Don't go back to sleep.
Don't go back to sleep.
I'm telling everybody.
Oh, just so many
Everyone's going to
people-
be safe because of me.
So many psychiatric like hotline numbers just getting jammed up. All these people like, I gotta wake up. I gotta wake up. There's a gas leak.
You are awake.
You are awake. No, the stop sign told me.
Stop sign told me. Oh boy, get this person more grippy socks. They need another pair of grippy socks. They're staying here for a while. All right, well that's our show 86. I think we did a good job.
I think it was fun.
Logan Keith.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Thanks for making that shirt.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Thanks for directing the show today too.
You guys got it.
Cool. You can check out the new shirt, the Flamingo Man, at isbedumb.com or head over to badmagicmerch.com. Yeah, so that's where that is. You got to find us on our socials. Just look up Isbedumb. It's on Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can see the video versions of all the shows. And if you want to see something on the show, send it in to dumb@isbedumb.com and we'll check it out.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty much it.
That was fun. It was a fun times we had.
I hope I get you with a little joke here on the end.
All right.
A little button.
Little button.
Roll it.
Hey, you want to hear a joke?
Wow, need that joke.
Dummy!
Yeah.
Linda. Did you know in the Old West, they would mount a lantern on their horse when they were traveling at night? Did you know that?
No.
Well, this was the first known form of satellite navigation.
Okay,
Come
Linda.
on.
Come on.
Fuck outta
Come
here.
on. All right, Linda.
Play on words. Linda!
Nice.
You got it. Yeah, nice! All right, guys. Bye!
Bad Magic Productions.